Hello everyone, myself Sheetal Dhumne, working as an assistant professor from MEPS College of Engineering from City Parme. Now in this video I am going to discuss about the communication part needed for your Internet of Things. That is, the two types of communications are possible, that is serial and parallel communication. So in this video we will discuss just about what I mean by the serial communication, the basics of serial communication. Computer transfer the data in two ways, that is one parallel and second is the serial form. Your parallel means what? Your often 8 or more lines are used to transfer the data to a device that is only a few feet away. That means you can send a byte of data at a time. Serial transmission or serial communication, to transfer to a device located many meters away, the serial method is used. The data sent is one bit at a time. So here in serial transfer you have the sender and receiver. So your single bit that in the form of zeros and one will be transferred from sender to receiver. While in your parallel communication, that you can send a byte, total byte D0 to D7. 8 bits can be transferred at a time from the sender to receiver. So this is the difference between the serial and parallel communication. Basics of serial communication. Now at the transmitting end, the byte of data must be converted to serial bit using parallel in, serial out shift register. So if we have the data received in the form of byte, that is the parallel form, that will be get first converted to in serial bits with the help of parallel in, serial out shift register. At the receiving end, the reverse of that, there is a serial in, parallel out shift register to receive the data serially, then it will be again get packed into a byte. So this is the at the transmitting end and the receiving end in serial communication. When the distance is short, the digital signal can be transferred as it is on a simple wire and requires no modulation because it is in the form of zeros and ones. If the data is to be transferred on the telephone line, it must be converted from zeros and ones to audio tones. The conversion is performed by the device called as the modem, that is modulator or demodulator. So this is the terms related to your telephony lines only. So whenever you have to convert your digital form of data to the audio tones. Serial communication uses two methods. First is synchronous and second is the asynchronous. In synchronous method, the data will be transferred, a block of data will be transferred at a time, while in your asynchronous method, a single byte is transferred at a time. Now it is possible to write the software to use either of these methods, but the program can be tedious and long. So therefore they have found out the solution for this. There are special IC chips made by manufacturers for serial communication. That is the UART, Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter, and second USART, Universal Synchronous Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter. These are the two chips available for the serial communication. Half duplex and full duplex transmission. Simplex means what? Your transmitter just send the data from transmitter to receiver. While in a half duplex, that is, if the data can be transmitted and received, it is a duplex transmission. If the data transmitted one way time, it is referred to as a half duplex. Whenever your data will be transmitted only one way, then it is a half duplex, and if it is a both way, that means transmitter transmit the data to the receiver while you are again receiving the data from the transmitter, then it is a full duplex transmission. This is the contrast to your simplex transmission. These are the basics of the communication, that how your data will be transmitted in the form of, that is we call half transmission or the full duplex transmission. Start and stop bits. These terms we require because we should have do the framing of the data when we are going to send the data in serial communication. We have to make a frame of the data. Your transmitter should understand that how much data and when that data has to transmit, and receiver should understand that when the data is coming. So that depends on this start and stop bit. We can call this as a protocol also, because they will define the frame structure for the serial communication. A protocol is a set of rules agreed by both the sender and receiver on how the data is packed, how many bits constitute a character, and when the data begins and ends. So, transmitter and receiver will recognize that the data is transmitting and the receiver understands the data is receiving. Asynchronous serial data communication is widely used for character oriented transmitter. That is, a single byte will get transmitted. Each character is placed in between start and stop bit. This is called as the framing. Block oriented data transfer using synchronous method. The start bit is always 1 bit, but the stop bit can be 1 or 2 bits. So, let us see the framing structure of this serial communication. This is the frame structure. This is the frame of your uh, data transmission in serial communication. Here the start bit is always 0 and stop bit is always 1. So, here see, this is the mark condition. When there is no transfer, the signal is high, which is referred to as a mark. So, whenever the data is transmitting, first your start bit is always 0. So, that goes first, start bit. Then actually your 8 bits of data, that is the ASCII characters of A, that is 8 bit binary, will be sent D0 to D7. This is the 8 bits of ASCII character of A will be transmitted, and then your stop bit, that is always high, that will get transmitted, that goes out last, that indicates that your data transmission is stopped. So, this space, the low is referred to as a space. See, this 0, this is there, the transmission begins with a start bit followed by D0, the LSB, then the rest of the bits until MSB D7, and finally one stop bit indicating the end of the character. So, we can say that this is the framing of the data for a serial communication. This is the example that how a single character A will get transmitted. Due to extended ASCII character, 8 bit ASCII data is common. In older system, ASCII character were 7 bit. In modern PCs, the use of one stop bit is standard, while in older system, due to slowness of receiving mechanical device, 2 stop bits were used to give the device sufficient time to organize itself before transmission of the next byte. Now, assuming that we are transferring a text file of ASCII character using one stop bit, we have a total of 10 bits for each character. This gives 25% overload, that is, each bit 8 bit character with an extra 2 bits. In some system, in order to maintain the data integrity, sometimes the parity bit is also involved in the framing structure. Data transfer rate. This is also an important term in the serial communication. In generally, we can call it as a baud rate. What do you mean by the baud rate? That is, the rate of data transfer in serial communication is stated in bits per second. Another widely used terminology for BPS is baud rate. It is modern terminology and is defined as the number of signal changes per second. In modems, there are occasions when a single change of single transfer several bits of data. As far as the conductor wire is concerned, the baud rate and BPS are the same, and we use the term interchangeably. The data transfer rate of given computer system depend on communication ports incorporated into that system. These are some examples of the data transfer rate. IBM PC could transfer data at the rate of 100 to 9600 bps. Pentium based PCs transfer data at the rate of 56 kbps. In asynchronous serial data communication, the baud rate is limited to 100 kbps. RS-232 standards. This is the wired communication, so we require some communication media for the serial communication. So, this is the standard are available. RS stands for recommended standard, that is available for the serial communication. The interfacing standard RS-232 was set by Electronic Industries Association in 1960. The standard was set long before the advent of TTL logic family. Its input and output voltage levels are not compatible with TTL compatible. They are not compatible with TTL because your TTL level is 0 to 5, but your RS232, 1 is represented by minus C2 minus 25 volt, while 0 is represented as plus C2 plus 25. So its we can say its voltage range is plus minus 32 plus minus 25 volt, which is not compatible with TTL. So this is the DB9 connector available everywhere for the communication. That is RS232 DB9 pins are, that is the transmitter and receiver pins are for your transmission of data and receival of data, while your remaining signals are your handshake signals. Current terminology classifies data communication equipment as data terminal equipment and data communication equipment. This is the simplest connection between PC and microcontroller, requires minimum 3 pins TXG, RXG and ground. So this is your TXG pin connected with RXG and RXG is connected with the TXG. Data terminal ready. When the terminal is turned on, these are the signals of your RS232. It sends out signal DTR to indicate that your terminal is ready for the communication. And data set ready, when your communication equipment is ready for communication, then it will send that signal data set ready. That data communication equipment should has to gone through the self test. Request to send. When the DT device has byte to transmit, it will send RTS signal to the modem that it has a byte of data to transmit. The next signal, clear to send. When the modem has room for storing the data, it is to receive. It sends out signal CTS to data terminal equipment to indicate that it can receive the data now. So this is the handshaking signals that there should be communication between your data terminal equipment and the data communication equipment. Then when that communication will be done, then your actual data will get transmitted. Data carrier detect. The modem asserts signal DCD to inform that data terminal equipment that varied carrier has been detected and that contact between it and the other modem is established. Now the last signal, that is ring indicator. It depends on relate to your telephony. If you are going to use the telephony with the help of modem, then only this pin will be in use. Output from the modem and input to PC indicates that telephone is ringing. It goes on and off in synchronous with the ringing sound. So this is all about the RS232 standard and its pins. So this is all about discuss about the basics of serial communication. The standards available as a transmission media are RS232 and the use of serial communication in your Internet of Things. Thank you.